Good Monday morning. Just up here on Grandpa's getting ready to start the water. Uncle Rick sent it down, and then we went and hurried and installed a new water spigot hydrant for Grandpa. His old one finally rusted out. We thought we'd have time to get it installed while the ditch was filling. We got it installed, but the only problem is we forgot it was still set up to water the corn. We never pulled the tin or closed any of the little tins, so we've been watering corn for the last 20 minutes or so. So I'm still waiting for the ditch to fill up. But that's all right. I gotta shovel the dike up a little bit and whatnot, see if I got to shovel out where the pipes go, so that'll give me a little bit of time.
I have to admit, I'm a hard-working person.
So as you've seen in previous videos, right here on the end by the ditch bank, the diker don't dig in very well, or it doesn't really have time to dig in to build it up big enough, so we have to shovel it up, which ain't bad right now because the ground's nice and loose, but in the springtime it freaking sucks because the ground's dried out and it's packed hard. And yeah, it's a workout to shovel that thing up. It's running, and I think the dike's gonna hold. I'll stay here for a few minutes and see if it's gonna run even. It usually does, where we had this field leveled here a few years ago. It tends to run a lot more even now, so. But we've got this field, Dell's big field, and I believe Waldron's stubble left to water, and then we're done watering stubble. We'll pretty much be done with the irrigating season then after that. Unless we water a cornfield or two to keep them wet that we're gonna plant winter wheat into. But I think even that's probably pretty much done. So it is winding down, that's for sure. That is starting out across there pretty stinking even. That is a nice sight to see, especially as an irrigator. Now it always does run faster down the dike, just because the diker makes a little trenches along the side of it, but it'll fill up and push out across there eventually. I think I'm gonna let this one run and go get ready to start Waldron's. Little update on this young hay we planted. Both tins still leak. Don't know if it's the tins leaking or if it's the crack in the concrete, but that little hay's coming up good. You can see down all the rows. Hopefully we don't kill it out right here where this leaks and floods or ponds, but I think it's been cool enough it won't hurt it. Well, yeah, you can see down all the rows other than the volunteer. Don't pay attention to that, the volunteer grain. But you can see down all the rows, the hay coming up. Right now it looks pretty good. Even just being right here on the end where we had the tubes and it washed. It's even coming up. A lot of the hayseed stayed there. going to be some good hay next year. Well, got down here to Waldron's, as you can see, and water was here, threw the TNE in, starting the siphon tubes, and all of a sudden they started sucking the ditch dry. I started quitting, couldn't figure out what was going on. No water in the ditch. So I drove along the road here and went and checked all the crossings, made sure none of them were blocked. Got to the cement box where it comes underneath the road, and the neighbor had forgot to put his tin in, so all our water was going west down his ditch instead of coming to us. So I threw it in. Water's starting to push down here pretty good now. I'll let the ditch fill up and get the rest of these pipes going, and hopefully we can get this run done in 18 hours. Holy hell, guys, that was a workout. But full streams here now. We got all the siphon tubes going. The water is running. And it is actually running a lot more even than I thought it would, but I can tell you this much. If you want a good workout, you don't need to go to a CrossFit gym, you don't need to go to Zumba class, you don't need to go to any of that crap. You just find a disc strip stubble field that's being watered and ask the farmer if you can walk through it. You're sinking up to your knees, sometimes even deeper than that, and that mud suctions to your leg, you can't get out. That's better workout than any leg day you can have at the gym. But I did have to do some shoveling right here and build a little dike up. All the water wanted to run that way towards the dike. It still is, but it's also pushing out a lot straighter now. It's starting to even up a lot more, so we'll let this run for a few hours, then we'll come back and check it. I'm gonna run and get gas in the old girl, and then run and check Grandpa's. His has been running about 2 hours, and we'll see how it's doing. Well, it's a miracle. Our other neighbor, who never ever has extra water, but will take all the extra water he can get, he actually just put it in the waste ditch. So we're gonna go take the rest of his term and get the water going here on this field by Grandpa's, on his big field. See if we can get it watered and all soaked up in the next couple of days. All right, this one's going. It's not starting off the greatest, but I'm going to let it run for a little bit while I go check the other one. Here we go again, round and around with the water. That water is moving pretty quick. I just want to say, as an irrigator, the water runs even like this. That is so stinking nice. You don't have to shovel, you don't have to trudge through it. This has been going about an hour and a half. Probably has about an hour left. It's 7 o'clock now. I'll come back at 8 and look at it. Hopefully we can get it changed before it gets dark.